tonight, eh? Good. And you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Witchy, and welcome to Coming In Hot, the first podcast brought to you by the LoudPack. I wanted to take a moment to just kind of give you an explanation as to what this podcast is really all about. And what we're going for is to try and bring a voice to independent artists. We want to discuss with them, see how they got their influence, inspirations, what they could do if they had the opportunity, etc. So we want to take some time to showcase a couple artists per episode, as well as to showcase some tracks from our Coming In Hot playlist. So today we have Flann and Big Snow coming on, which is really exciting. Make sure to check out those the description below for the playlist link, as well as for all the links to our guests' social medias and such. So take it away.
dream, we started so right. We got so drunk that very night. Oh, how we laughed and how we partied. The best of times, I'm broken hearted. Wow, she burned me down. Ooh, yeah. The day came, I didn't plan it. I just thought that enough was enough. I'm like the girl who wasn't very nice to me. Oh, baby. She really burned me down. 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 Down, 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 down. She really burned me down. She really burned me down. The day came, I didn't plan it. I grabbed the hog and I rode out of town. No looking back, no regrets, it's time to be free. She really burned me down. 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 All right. To freedom. Down, 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 down. She really burned me down. What a dream.
Up all night, throwing shadows at the pavement. Ain't no clue where the time in the day went. Got me losing patience, trying to keep my cool. Thoughts floating around like I'm chilling in the pool. And I'm done with the rules, so I toss them out the window. Keep watching my step, the world's getting cringe, bro. Simple and plain, entertained by the pain. But I know her real well in my life every day. Wage war with myself, some people wanna help. Push them all away, put my heart up on the shelf. Time to humble down with the thorns, with the crown. Bleeding from my brow, and I'm trying to see past the crowd. Class clearing out, and I start to see the light. Ain't nobody here to save me, I just finish up the fight. Speak about the rights like it really even matters. I keep throwing shadows in the air like they daggers.
I'm throwing shadows and I got you rattled and I came to battle. Put myself back in the saddle again. No, I won't break open, so I'm here to the end. No, I ain't going home until it's over. I ain't going home until it's over. I ain't going home until it's
Up at night, throwing shadows on the wall. Calibrated instrument, not accurate at all. And you know it's your life, so you have to get involved. Candle lit the hall where the caterpillar crawls. Done with the rules, so I threw him in the dumpster. Never even really got to use the little punch card. Hard now, dark cloud, you're sitting under. Some aren't even really kicking it, but some are. Seen them sit and ruminate, seen a way to fix it if you leave a little room for faith. Turning global in the blue of space, virtuoso when he looped the tape. The robot will compute the data, but it needs to reboot to the human face. And we seen him seated with supreme conceit, but defeat is for you to chase.
I'm throwing shadows, I got you rattled. I came to battle, put myself back in the saddle again. No, I won't break open, so I'm here to the end. No, I ain't going home till it's over. I ain't going home until it's over. I ain't going home until it's
Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm here with Flann.
Hey,
Welcome.
how's it going? Yeah, it's good to be here, Wishy. I appreciate you inviting me on here.
It's so great to have you for the first episode. This is something we're trying to just kind of get off the ground, and we've been like, your name came up first thing.
That's
So
awesome. I'm so
we're-
glad. Yeah, I'm sad Mainframe couldn't make it, but I really I love your work, and I love what everything you guys do on Threads, and just how positive and supportive you all are. I could not say no. Basically, I was just really excited to come on and do this today.
we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna just start with a few quick little questions. Like, how long have you been making music for?
Yeah. So I've been making music since I was 14. Like
Okay.
when I'm 31 now, so it's been a while. I've been playing guitar since then. But Flann as a project sort of came into fruition in November of 2022.
Okay.
So not that long ago. I had literally just bought a copy of Ableton. And I was like, I'm gonna start producing. I need to do this. I got some stuff that I got to get off my chest. I'm tired of waiting for other people to record for me. So
Yeah.
I spent some money and made it happen. And so Flann started in 2022.
Okay. How have you been finding Ableton? Just
I like it. Yeah, I like it. So I go to music school right now in Nashville, and my music school, I'm going for music technology and an audio engineering double major. And my music technology side's like you need to use Logic, and my audio engineering side's like you need to use Pro Tools. But I'm vibing with Ableton. I really haven't thought about changing
Nice.
yet. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a cool program.
Oh, that's good. How did you come up with Flann? Flann.
Yeah. Flann's my last name, Flannery.
Okay. Yeah.
And honestly, flan works too because it is the dessert. It's kind of a
Yeah.
double entendre, honestly, because I've always been like that when I go to like a Mexican restaurant and I see flan on the menu. I'll take a picture of it and send it to my family group chat.
Yeah.
My dad was called Flann growing up by all his friends, Flan Man, and I just kind of took the moniker because it's my last name. I like it.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
The period is stylized though. I do put the period at the end just to make it look all internety and cool.
Okay. No, that's awesome, and I'll make sure to include that for you.
I appreciate it.
What inspired you to get into music?
Yeah, so my dad is a musician. He is a choir director he was a choir director at a bunch of churches growing up, and then he also teaches choir for like students in high school, middle school, elementary school, depending on the year of his career, right?
Mhm.
So I was always surrounded by music growing up. My uncle's a professional musician. Not like super big. Tim Flannery in the Lunatic Fringe out in out in San Francisco area. He was a professional ball player turned singer songwriter.
Oh, nice.
So it's just like a lot of music in my life personally that I was surrounded by. And then I went to a church camp actually. Like I'm not hyper religious, but when I was 13, I was, and I just grew up in the South, and my dad grew up in church and stuff, so I kind of fell into it as well. So I went to a church camp, and some girl was playing Everlong on an acoustic guitar in a hallway, and I was like, I want to do that. And
Yeah.
so like I grew up with all these influences that kind of pushed me towards playing music. But that was kind of the moment where I was like, that sounds really cool, and I want to be able to do that. 13-year-old brain. And
Yeah.
then I turned 14 and I got a guitar and I started playing. So that's kind of what started me doing it.
Awesome. Just on that note, what were kind of like your inspirations when you were growing up, like to get into it, and like who were you
Yeah.
listening to that made you want to do this more?
Sure. So when I was a kid, I thought the pinnacle of cool musicianship was ska. Like I'm talking
Yeah.
like 12 years old, 11 years old, flame button up t-shirt, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I listened to Real Big Fish, I was listening to Supervillains, I was listening to Goldfinger, I was listening to all these different ska groups. I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever. I had watched FLCL, kind of late night anime,
Yeah.
2 a.m. on Adult Swim, and they were all had guitars. I thought that was super cool. When I was a teenager and I started playing, I started to get a little bit more serious about music. I started listening to what I thought would be like really good songwriters. So I listened to like The Tallest Man on Earth, who is I don't want to mess up his ethnicity. I believe he's Norwegian or Swedish. He's Scandinavian, singer songwriter, and I also listened to like Bob Dylan. And I was really into emo music at the time too. So like a band called like Say Anything. I like their songwriting, but you just collect music as you get older, right?
Yes.
Like more like as I got older, I went to high school. I started listening to hip hop. I started getting into hip hop production. When I turned like 18, I got out of high school. I started listening to electronic music. I've been listening to a lot of jazz lately. You find inspiration everywhere, and you find reasons to keep going everywhere. So basically just surrounding myself with music is the reason why I felt inspired to keep going.
No, that's awesome. We're gonna take a quick little cutaway here to your track Break.
Oh, that's awesome.
You have that with Jorby, right?
Yeah, me and Jorby met on Threads, and he sent me that beat, and I changed a few things, added some synths, and sent it back, and he was like, you need to put a verse on this. I was like, okay. And yeah, it was just a really cool collaborative effort. Jorby's such a great guy. You guys need to check out Jorby if you're on hip to him already.
I'll make sure to throw a little link in our description below so that we can get that in there for him.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. So we'll be right back with that.
A break from the monotony. If I stop, I'll never be as famous as I wanna be. A break, I'm a channel sociopathy. When I get my momentum, ain't nobody ever stopping me. A break from who I would've been. So I keep on running from the person that I should've been. A break, waking nightmare, never sleeping in. How can I escape the toxic falling in? The pain I'm living is totally unacceptable. Struggling to make up for lack of sleep in my schedule. The situation that I'm in is becoming too irrepressible. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger unless it makes you a vegetable. I just blew my check on Valorant. Sometimes I wonder why my friends are so damn tolerant. I shut down when I think retirement. If I keep working this 9 to 5, I might get fired. And I keep going back because my bills are due. Why does it cost so much damn money just to live? Yeah, I've been working 12 on the daily. If I take some time off, well I maybe over mine. Fear of dead, and dead is sad. I'm getting bread. It's a feeling in my head I just can't shake. For the last time, and I just need a break. These are killing me. I'm not who I'm supposed to be. My 9 to 5 is only distracting me from my destiny. Vlog until I'm getting up, walk until I'm sad enough. Sacrificing sleep and popping pills until I power up. Fucking I wanna kill it to my last breath. I'm a ball till I'm living up past this. Put up a wall till I make it to the last
step. Take it all in a second, run out hell. Running my mouth like I'm winning a race. Still I ain't finished, that's never the case. Focus on music and working, I do it, distractions are killing me. I just need a break from the monotony. If I stop, I'll never be as famous as I wanna be.
A break on the channel, so see everything. But I get momentum, ain't nobody ever stopping me. A break from who I would've been. So I keep on running from the person that I should've been. A break, waking late, never sleeping in. Happy nights, keep it toxic, so living and breathing in.
So we're back. Love that song, by the way.
Hey, thank you. I
Like,
appreciate it.
I've been listening to a lot of your music, like from the moment that I joined Threads. You were one of the first artists I found on there.
Oh, cool,
And so
man.
your music has been like just kind of on rotation for me. So when this came out, I was like, fuck yeah.
That's super dope. I really appreciate that. Seriously. Yeah, I hear that a bit. I post way too much on Threads, I think, because I feel like a
Oh.
lot of people are like, I saw you on Threads, and I was like, why has everyone seen me on Threads, man? I need to stop posting.
I don't know. For me, the Threads community has been so huge and supportive, and just the finding that we're like all these independent artists that are working together.
Mhm.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah,
And
I haven't really been able to get on Threads the past couple of days.
no, I've been noticing that there's some changes happening in your profile. It seems like you're not the one that's in control of that. It seems.
What do you mean?
I don't know, that somebody else might be acting on your behalf.
Wait, hold on. What are you talking about?
Oh man, there's been like weird pictures, weird posts. I'm pretty sure that
I can't get on Threads. This is
oh,
weird. Hold on. Let me check the web browser.
has your account been completely compromised by this? Because it seems like there's a whole nother person trying to take over.
Threads.net. Who the fuck is Evil Flann? I'm sorry.
What?
That's unprofessional. I'm sorry. Let's
No.
keep going. Let's keep going.
No, all right,
Forget
all right.
about it. I don't want to talk about that. I'll worry about that later.
Yeah, we'll touch later. So you were in the army, yes?
Air Force, but yeah.
Air Force?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's not much. Listen, Air Force people are gonna hate this. There's not much of a difference, man. It's all the military. Yeah, like people are. You hear some Air Force people, they'll be like, you call them a soldier, and they're like, I'm an airman, and it's lame. It's all the military. Let's all let's be.
Fair.
But yeah, I was in the Air Force for a little bit.
All right. How does that like affected or influenced your career?
Yeah, I took a big musical break when I joined the Air Force. I was accepted to be a linguist, which means they were going to teach me a foreign language in a year, and it's arguably one of the harder scholastic military schools to go through.
Yeah. I could
So
imagine.
I didn't need any distractions. I sold my gaming PC, I sold my guitar, I sold my amp, I sold everything except for an acoustic, just because I knew that if I had any of that equipment, I would fail because I'd be too busy playing with pedals and knobs
Yeah.
and stuff instead of actually doing the work that I needed to. And then life kind of caught up with me. It was just a very hectic lifestyle. I never really got a chance to rebuild the gear, and the work was a little soul draining. My EP that I released back in 2023 in May, Spell, is I was in a really dark place because of the amount of work that I had to do and the content of my work. So I wrote Spell as sort of like I'm trying to prove that I can still do this.
Yeah.
I wanted to prove that I could still make music, or create art, even though I had been in sort of like a darker, more serious environment for the past couple of years, my time during the military.
A nice
But
way to kind of bring yourself back to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't all bad. I met some really cool people, and because of it, I'm able to go to music school right now, full time, without having a second job or anything like that. If you serve a certain amount of time in the military, they give you a what's called a post 9/11 GI Bill, and
Okay.
essentially they pay you your rent while you're going to school.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's well
So
worth it.
you give up a few years of your life and you get to go to school for free, essentially. I don't think
We
that's the
have-
right path for everyone, by the way. I'm not recommending that to everyone, but
Yeah, we have a guest. This is Ash.
hi, Ash. Cute cat.
He is very interested in what's happening on here because, well, his dad is doing stuff on the computer.
Sure, I totally understand. Yeah, I had a cat back in 2011 named Moxie, and I love that cat. Yeah, I miss her.
Yeah.
She's cool.
Speaking of that, the album or the EP that you had there, I'm gonna go back to another song of yours.
Okay.
We're gonna go to "I Want to Be Your Canary."
Okay.
So we're gonna give that one a listen. Come back. We're gonna talk some more. We'll go from there.
Yeah, sounds great.
Wicked.
I wanna be a canary. Let me die before you hurt. I wanna feel ordinary. Find someone who makes me feel inert. I wanna be temporary. Let me go when my time has come. I wanna be the one that carries everything for you so you don't succumb. I wanna be a weapon, sharpen me and use me for war. I want your every second, 'cause this loneliness is starting to bore into me. Into me. Into me. Into me. You taught me that life doesn't last forever. You taught me that I can accomplish any endeavor. You taught me that life doesn't last forever. You taught me, you taught me, you taught me, you taught me.
All right, so we're back again, loving it again. That song to me, I don't know, I really resonated with that one. I loved it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. So what instruments in total do you play? Like, is it
Yeah.
just guitar or?
No, I play guitar, bass. I played those two like professionally briefly. I wasn't getting paid a lot during that time, but
Oh, yeah.
I was touring in bands and going to pretty big, cool concerts, playing bass and guitar. It wasn't enough for me to like give up everything else I did, and that's why I joined the military partly as well, as to get a little bit of stability financially. But I was doing bass and guitar semi-professionally. I'm a vocalist.
Okay.
I like a self-proclaimed vocalist. I do consider that an instrument that you need to practice and get better. I started playing the drums initially. This was my first instrument when I was like 12, but it wasn't very serious. It was more of me just banging on the drums. I learned a couple of beats. You know, it it did give me like a sense of rhythm, but I never viewed that as sort of like my musical journey because it was such a hobby. I didn't take it very seriously.
Yeah,
But
no,
I
I totally get that.
but I do play drums, and I try to use that natural rhythm with like and how I think as learning on the drums, how rhythm is set out for my tracks. And then I play piano.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If you could pick up an instrument like right now and just be great at it, what would you choose?
Mm-hmm. That's such a good question. I think saxophone
Saxophone? Oh, that's
or
so nice. Yeah.
or trumpet. Yeah, I love the timbre of those instruments,
Yeah.
especially like a muted trumpet. There's something like kind of godfathery about it. But saxophone's super versatile. I hear it in everything.
It is. It is like major and like anything that's not like rock metal, you
Yeah.
basically get some kind of sax in there.
Yeah, like all these electronic artists like not FK Twigs, FKJ. Is that right? The New Zealander, he plays with Masego.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
someone's gonna be really mad that I'm getting his name wrong, but yeah, he has a lot of saxophone. Masego has a lot of saxophone. My friend Super Chromatic loves the saxophone. He's always using it in his tracks, and every time I hear it, I'm like, this is really cool. So
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It'd be a fun one to pick up. I've considered it myself as well. One of the first instruments I did play was actually trumpet.
oh yeah, so
Yeah.
you can do the embouchure, huh?
A little bit.
I literally tried to learn trumpet as an adult, and I had to return the trumpet because everyone in my house was pissed off at me. I
Oh,
was
don't get
just
me wrong. People didn't like it when I was
yeah
playing.
yeah
No, and that it's just I think one of those things with the trumpet when you're learning, like that initial curve is so heavy, and
yeah.
everyone around you is like, "Why are you killing that cat?"
Absolutely. Yeah, you really need to be like kind of raised in it or have learned it in high school or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that I did choir all through school, so I never learned any of the cool instruments.
Yeah, I did most of my trumpet when I was in junior high, and then they told me, "No, you can't play bass. That's not allowed." And I gave up.
Yeah.
So, um, is there any kind of dream collaboration, living, dead? Who would you play with?
Hmm. I would love to work with Ben Gibbard of Death Cab for Cutie and Postal
Yeah.
Service, the Postal Service. Yeah.
Yeah.
He I did not mention him earlier when you were like big inspirations, but he is one of my big inspirations, both musically, lyrically, even the way I sing. I get a lot from Ben Gibbard. I practiced. I've played "I Will Follow You Into the Dark" at so many coffee shops back in like
Nice.
2004, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I owe a lot to that guy for my style, and I would love to do like a super electronica style Postal Service song and have Ben Gibbard as like a feature. That'd be crazy.
That'd be awesome. Hopefully that comes to fruition someday.
Wow, that'd be amazing.
We are going to go back to one final song here. Your
Yeah.
song Haunting. Can you tell us a little bit about that before we head to it?
Yeah, Haunting was the single off of Spell, and I think that it's probably my most uh vulnerable track in the sense that it's one of those songs where it's very uplifting beat wise, and then you listen to the lyrics and it's very like down.
Yeah.
I like that song a lot, and I think that it was an important one for me, both in like production as well as like songwriting. And I just think it's really cool because I like the allegory of like a ghost is someone in your house who's left, but there's still remnants of them.
Yeah. I played it for somebody at work, and the description that they gave was like, it's sad, but here I'm kind of happy about it.
Yeah, it's like you want to like twerk, but you're sad, right?
Exactly.
Like-
Yeah. I was like, that's a very accurate description. I like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to check that out. We'll be right back. We have a couple questions left, and we'll go from there.
Cool.
All right. So we are back. We have a few questions left, but I have something that I kind of noticed here. Did you know
Oh
there's a diss track against you?
no, was it? I mean, Yucky's back on Threads. Was it him?
No, man. Strangely, it's coming up as Evil Flann. Who? What's with that?
I'm sorry. I really don't want to talk about that. That seems a little. That's a little weird, you know, like
Okay.
evil little persona. Yeah. Let's just there's some hacker. We'll figure it out. It's not a
We'll
problem.
figure it out. All right, cool. So we'll carry on then. What advice would you give to upcoming artists?
Take control of your own music as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Seize the means of production, right? Like when I was a musician before the whole military thing, I did not know how to record anything. I would have to rely on other people's skills and quality. And if I had taken half the time that I did going to other people's houses to record demos to just do it myself, I would have a lot more music out and I would be a little bit more established by now, I'm sure.
Oh, that's
Uh,
totally fair.
So I would say to young and aspiring musicians, or really any aspiring musician, buy a Focusrite and buy like Fruity Loops or sorry, FL Studio or Ableton or Logic. Just buy whatever you know, do a little bit of research and find out what DAW you think would work best for you. Or you know, I don't advocate for privacy, but if piracy. But if you were to find a a link where
Yeah.
you found one of those, you can do that. If you know, I don't advocate for it, but you could do that if you wanted. And just start.
I'm not gonna say, but my first version of Fruity Loops might have come from one of those.
Right. So I don't necessarily advocate for it, but if you do that, that's on you. That's that's your prerogative. As long as you're making music and as long as you are recording it, learn how to do those skills. Watch YouTube videos. Just even no matter what type of creator you are, you should know a little bit about engineering and
Yeah.
a little bit about mixing and production, because when you go to the studio later on, you'll have that vocabulary that you learned from those skills to be able to communicate your thoughts and ideas to the engineer. So even if you never use those skills because you are a pop star or something like that,
Yeah.
that language barrier is broken between you and the engineer, and now all of a sudden your tracks are going to be better.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to not learn how to use some sort of DAW.
Oh, that's fantastic advice. It's definitely well worth it for everybody to be picking up on that.
Mm-hmm.
In that aspect of a good DAW, what's your kind of process for creating a song?
It's different for every track,
I
right?
know it's a hard question.
It's a hard question. You know, I'm a rhythm and bass guy. I've always kind of felt that what carries a song is the pocket, you know. The melody line kind of comes naturally for me personally. I hear something in my head and I play it, but the rhythm is
Yeah.
something that I typically not have to work for, but like that's the part that is inspires me when I listen to music, is a good rhythm. So I usually try to build like the rhythm section first, have an 808, some kicks, like a snare, maybe some hi-hats. And then I'll build the rest of the melody around that rhythmic idea. Typically that's how it goes for me.
Awesome.
But song starters help a lot too. Sometimes, for example, in Haunting, that guitar line, the do 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 do, you know, that I found that on Instagram actually, by a guy named @Kiri Gerbs. He's like a popular sort of like guitarist influencer. I didn't have a guitar at the time, so he said sample this on the and so I sampled it and just
Yeah.
made it into a song.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so
kind of fun when you can get that kind of aspect of taking somebody else's work and then using it yourself in a new way. I love that.
yeah, and he asked for it, and I credited him on the song. I tried to reach out if he wanted some splits. I was gonna send him 20%, but he never hit me up, which is, it's got 1,500 streams. It's not like it's popping off or anything. But I did my due diligence.
Yeah.
due diligence.
No, exactly. So what's coming up next for you?
Oh, Hey, could you hold on one second?
No worries.
Someone's
Cool.
at the door. It's kind of weird.
No worries. I can hold on. So while we wait there for Flann to come back, just kind of hope you guys are enjoying this. We were gonna have Mainframe on this interview as well, but unfortunately something came up. So we'll just kind of hopefully he'll be in for the next one, and hopefully Flann will be back nice and quick.
A few moments later.
Sup, bitch?
Hey,
Is me,
the fuck?
evil Flann.
So what the hell? Like, did you just take out Flann? What the hell happened here?
I took him to Florida, where I'm from. Destin City, bitch.
Damn. All right. Since you're here, I have a question for you. He didn't really want to talk about this, but I think you'll be the one to answer this. What's up with this diss track?
Flann a bitch, so I had to let him know.
Oh,
It's my account now. All you Threads motherfuckers, get out. We are taking over. Evil Flann is in charge now.
I'm starting to think that maybe Mainframe just made up the excuse that he didn't want to be here because he was worried you'd show up.
Scaredy cat. Bitch made. I don't fuck with Mainframe. I don't like you either, Witchy.
Oh, what the hell, man?
Evil Flann out.
I guess he's gone. All right, well, we're gonna come back with some more music here. Big Snow will be up in a little bit, so thank you guys. I'll see you in a few moments.
haven't talked in weeks, and I can't tell what you think. I feel you slipping away, but I'm waiting on what you'll say. I never knew being with you would make me feel so alone. So is this it then? Have we finally found our end? I'd ask, but you won't answer. I just hear my voice echoing through the hall. I'm bouncing off these walls, and just like them, we'll keep fading. Sit here staring at my phone. Why'd you leave me here all alone? I miss when you held me close. Now I only feel your ghost. But even without you, I feel just as alone. So is this it then? Have we finally found our end? I'd ask, but you won't answer. I just hear my voice echoing through the hall. I'm bouncing off these walls, and just like them, we'll keep fading.
Hey, so I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. It feels like maybe I did something wrong, but since you're not answering, I don't really know. Give me a text when you can. Okay, bye.
So is this it then? Have we finally found our end? I'd ask, but you won't answer. I just hear my voice echoing through the hall. I'm bouncing off these walls, and just like them, we'll keep fading.
Welcome to our
Thank
podcast.
you. Thank you very much. Glad to be here. First episode. I'm excited for this.
Right? It's been good so far.
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying it. So
Good.
we'll just jump right in here.
Sure.
So let's tell me a little bit about yourself. What got you into music?
So for as long as I can remember, I've been into music, all different types. believe it started off, I was like 4 or 5 years old listening to my parents' cassette tapes, and I discovered Vanilla Ice amongst those cassette tapes, and that started my love for rap. My cousin put me on Eminem a few years later, and I credit Eminem with inspiring me to start rapping. So from there on, I knew I wanted to rap, and then I just discovered more artists I liked and just messed around with GarageBand for a few years, and now I'm here putting out albums on Threads.
No, that's
So
awesome.
it's been good.
How did you come up with Big Snow?
So let's go take a shot of water here first.
Yeah.
So it was about 7 years ago, I'd say. It was a particularly snowy day in Winnipeg after a patch of warm weather. You know, snow was melting. I'm sure you can relate to that.
Yeah.
Bummed out, right? So downloaded this game on my phone and came up with the username The Big Snow. So I sat with that for a little bit, looked at it, I thought, no, this could be a rap name. And then
yeah.
I just on Big Snow. I'm like, okay, that's my rap name. Started dropping songs about a year later.
That's awesome. What all do you play? Like, do you just do vocals, or are you like, do you have any instruments that you kind of mess around with?
Yeah, I've played some different instruments over the years. I started off on guitar at a young age, played that for a few years, and then played drums. In school
Nice.
bands, I played clarinet for 1 year and then went over to baritone saxophone for the rest of the time. Dabbled around bass clarinet for a little bit
Oh,
and some keyboard in there as well.
wow,
So I
that's
was
like quite a versatile mix of instruments there.
yeah, it was fun learning all of them.
Yeah, no, I bet.
Stick with most of them though, but the knowledge is there, right?
Well, and that's just it. I find even if you've messed around with it a little bit, you have a basic understanding of it then, so that when you try and manipulate it later in music, you have an idea of what can happen and how it's supposed to sound. So,
Oh yeah, definitely. Even when I do production for some of my stuff, I don't even need to have the two hands doing different things at the same time on the keyboard. I can just put in melodies and comes out
yeah,
as MIDI and it works out.
no, I love that. So we're gonna quickly cut away to Steve Saw here, and when we get back, I want you to
All
tell me
right,
about this.
sure thing. I'm glad to.
All right.
Yo, this the Big Snow. I'm finna spit a little tale about a brother named Steve Saw that I once met. Goes a little something like this.
Big Snow, shut the
So me and the
fuck up.
broskies just went to bargain and then we went to get something to eat. We went to this McDonald's. His brother Steve Saw stumbles into the building and goes from there. Yeah, it go to a brother named Steve Saw. Steve Saw. For a brother named Steve Saw. Steve Saw. This one for a brother named Steve Saw. Steve Saw. For a brother named Steve Saw. It go to a brother named Steve Saw. Steve Saw. It's for a brother named Steve Saw. Steve Saw. It go to a brother named Steve Saw. Steve Saw. It's for a brother named Steve Saw. This one go out to a brother named Steve Saw. Catch him at the spot. Yeah, that's the Dons. Keep on your toes or you gonna slip and fall. Steve Saw. Calling up a cab and then the brother gone. Steve Saw. I'm slinging these rhymes, caught some rappers in my spider web. Homies in the back of the bus getting higher than 201 Portage. Your raps are trash, they boring. We in the whip, I floor it. That's the end, good morning. Echo to a brother named Steve Saw. Steve Saw. It's for a brother named Steve Saw. Steve Saw. This one for a brother named Steve Saw. Steve Saw. It's for a brother named Steve Saw. This one for a brother named Steve Saw. Steve Saw. To a brother named Steve Saw. Steve Saw. This one for a brother named Steve Saw. Steve Saw. It's to a brother named Steve Saw. So, this guy stumbles into the restaurant over by the drink machines. He falls over. So me and my broski help him up. Gotta go do some business in the back of the place. When he back, broski called up a cab for Steve and a brother gone. He was like, my name's Steve Saw. And Steve Saw, if you're listening to this one's for you, brother. Yeah.
So, I love that song a lot. Like I love Steve Saw. It's
No, thank you very much. That
between
was a
that and
fun
Crash
song
the
to
Whip,
make.
they're like on my playlist all the
I'm
time. So
glad you enjoy those songs. Those are staple Big Snow songs, even from the early days.
yeah. What inspired Steve Saw?
Okay. All right. This is a bit of a story. So it's about 5, 6 years ago. Just gotten on Christmas break. So I went tobogganing with my brothers and one of my friends. So we spent the afternoon there, and then we'd gone to a McDonald's afterwards. Go get some eats, get some drinks, replenish the fuel, right?
Yeah.
So we got our meals, and then a few minutes later, this drunk guy stumbles into the restaurant. She comes in shouting something about, "Oh, you assholes!" And I don't know. I just looked at my brothers and my friend. I'm like, I don't know what that was all about. A few seconds later, here, falling over by the drink machines. It was that drunk guy. So I get up with my friend. We're like, "Oh shit, are you okay?" And then we help him up. The next thing I remember, he said something. He's got to go pee. So my poor brother has to hold the door open for him while he misses the toilet entirely. This is what I'm told. Doesn't wash his hands after either.
Oh man.
He starts handshaking everybody. He says, "My name's Steve Saw. I'm the head chef at the Caribbean Pavilion." And keeps repeating that over and over again. Says how to spell his name, SAWH, Steve Saw. And we're just like, what? And my other brother calls a cab for him. The cab shows up. He heads outside and he starts handshaking with other people. And my brother's like, "Yeah, he didn't wash his hands." I'm like, oh, gross. Then dropping my friend off, he's like, "You got to write a song about that." And a few weeks later, Steve Saw was on my SoundCloud page. And
Yeah.
I remade it in 2021 for a school project, and that's how it exists as it is now.
Oh,
That's
that's
Steve
awesome.
Saw.
Yeah, no, every time I hear that, like it just I get into this like gloom up, like just like
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, glad you like it, man. Glad you like it.
So what is your process when you're coming up with a song and like recording it? What do you do?
So, first things first, I'll go for beat selection. Could be off YouTube. I've got some huge playlists of YouTube beats, or I'll find some of my own production, or some people on Threads have sent me some beats. So I'll go for those first, and then when it comes to writing, I usually just punch in my head. Sometimes I'll come up with just like a chorus idea in my head, or it'll be on one of my documents that I just write down bars that I remember that I don't want to forget.
Yeah.
So I pull from one of those places, and then usually from there, I just try to think of stuff in my head, and then if I like it, I'll write it down.
Awesome. What do you use as your DAW, by the way?
I use Pro Tools for my DAW.
Ah, cool. Cool. Well, I'm gonna skip out to another song here. We're gonna go Crash the Whip because
Awesome.
I love that song
Just
as
one or
well.
two?
Like two.
Okay.
Crash the Whip 2. Yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna go to that, and then when I come back, I want to hear the story about this one because like it's fun, you know. I love the
totally.
story that goes on in it, so I want to know the story behind it. So
Sure thing.
Man, fuck. I did it again. Can you believe this shit? Oh well. Guess I gotta drop a banger now. Yo, I did it again. Crashing the whip, that shit must be my friend. Driving along, don't fuck with fender bend. If you ain't know me, then don't come to my ends. Wait, he did it again? Flow like Tornado or Hamilton Bland. Making the most of that, setting a trend. But y'all be rejoicing he did it again. Back on my bullshit, I guess. Whack rappers make me sick still, I guess. One morning fucking crashed the whip, I guess. But Snow, weren't you at fault for that shit? Well, I probably was. Ah, shit. Another looking ass hater, eat my dick. Yo, I'm just trying to live in this bitch. But I started this path, can't leave it. Look at this shit I did. Fuck up, you ride and write me a banger. Money up to the billy out the floor drink. Yup, leaving little black marks on your doormate. Damn. Well, you can't trust no one in this world. Nope. Gotta look twice before you make a move, right? But it's alright, buck, we lucky. Bit burger, that drink turn up, G. Laugh like fuck me, she claim I'm dusty, but dusty, a character on Paradise PD. give no money to a bitch, you sip, get a fed like Jamie CD. Still Mac Daddy, old man, 100 grand when I land off the plane from Spain. Canaria. Run me some racks, crashing the whip, ain't about that. Damn, I did it again, crashing the whip, that shit must be my friend. Driving along, don't fuck with fender bend. If you ain't know me, then don't come to my ends. Wait, he did it again? Flow like Tornado or Hamilton Bland, making the most of this, setting a trend. But y'all be so happy he did it again.
He did it again. Straight out the whip, ain't his again. Hop off of this, I don't beef with kids. I'm a conduit, y'all ain't speaking this. Genre lawless, list of offers. I'ma keep it corporate, Jimmy Hoffa. Pissed you off, any sister want me. Don't think of starting, I'll win regardless. Pity and sorrow. You mad cause I'm lit up like Kilimanjaro. Roll up to your mama's place and blow my blunt smoke in her face. Flavor, cater? No, never. Trendsetter, you play too much, I leave your head severed. Hatred, I savor. They know that this a new level. Don't talk with plaintiffs, we both know they don't settle. No luck, stop here. 200 you didn't get. Hold up, chop here. Big Snow and Post did it again.
I did it again, crashing the whip, that shit must be my friend. Driving along, don't fuck with fender bend. If you ain't know me, then don't come to my ends. Wait, he did it again? Flow like Tornado or Hamilton Bland, making the most of this, setting a trend. But y'all be rejoicing he did it again. I did it again, crashing the whip, that shit must be my friend. Driving along, don't fuck with fender bend. If you ain't know me, then don't come to my ends. Wait, he did it again? Flow like Tornado or Hamilton Bland, making the most of this, setting a trend. But y'all be so happy he did it again. We gon' finish off on this classic tip, alright? Yo, I crashed the whip. I crashed the whip. Ayy, I crashed the whip. I crashed the whip. I crashed the whip. I crashed the whip. Ayy, I crashed the whip. I crashed the whip. I crashed the whip. I crashed the whip. Ayy, I crashed the whip. I crashed the whip.
Okay.
I crashed the whip.
Okay.
I crashed the whip. Ayy. And it's still fuck y'all motherfuckers too.
So, welcome back. Tell me about Crash the Whip 2.
All right. So, as for backstory, the first Crash the Whip was inspired by a car crash that I got into back in high school in the school parking lot. So I ended up writing that song a couple days later, put it out on my SoundCloud at the time. That was the last I ever heard of it. So then, but a few years later, I thought if I get in another car crash, I'm gonna have to write a Crash the Whip 2. And then last summer, it actually happened.
Oh.
So I got another car crash last summer, and I was just driving off. I'm like, well, now I gotta write Crash the Whip 2. So that was where that intro part of, oh shit, I crashed the whip again, I gotta make a banger. That's where that came from.
Nice.
And then events in the song is pretty much as it happened. So that's just like more realism than the last one. And then for the feature, I think that night, a rapper in my city post-war was doing pretty cheap features, so I hit him up, secured the feature, and then recorded my part, and then it was done by mid-August and came out in September. And that was my first song to pass 1,000 streams on Spotify, like right when I got on Threads too.
Yeah, no, I can understand why.
Oh yeah.
So you brought up that he was in your hometown there, and it actually makes good sense because this is here where I want to segue. How do you feel being a rapper in the in prairies of Canada?
Well, it's brought up a lot of interesting challenges because Winnipeg's not a city that's known for producing rappers, although there have been a couple notable names who've come out of the city recently, namely YSN Fab and Max Wins. So they're paving the way for the scene, I believe. There's a lot of other good local acts, namely Post War, Vital, and Donnie Steezo and Zim, where it's a very tight knit community. And I feel like with people coming up and breaking the way for Winnipeg, putting Winnipeg on the map, I feel like more rappers could come out of Winnipeg in a few years. So yeah, it's a budding scene, tight knit community. Yeah, it's got its challenges, but overall I enjoy it.
Oh, that's awesome. Because when I found out that you're from Winnipeg, I was really excited because I really enjoy your music, and then finding out that A, you're Canadian, B, you're from Winnipeg of all places. That's awesome in my mind. So if you could do a collaboration with anybody, who would it be?
Ooh. I'm thinking off the top of my head, I could do a producer side and a rapper side.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start off with the rapper side. I think right now, my dream collaboration would be with West Side Gun. I've been really enjoying what he's doing for the last few years. You know, he's really bringing back the old hip hop sound with, you know, a modern sensibility. So it's been really cool to watch over the past few years. That'll definitely be my dream collaboration for artist.
Hmm.
Then producers, I think I came up with 3 last night. I'd say dream producer collaborations would be The Alchemist, Camouflage Monk, and Nicholas Craven.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Not familiar with the last one, but first two, yes.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
know some Alchemist, Camouflage Monk stuff.
a little bit. I like to
Nice.
dabble in weird like genres that I normally wouldn't listen to. So if I hear
Cool.
something out there that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try it out, check it out, you know?
Yeah, check out Nicholas Craven when you get the chance. He's
I'm
got
definitely going
some
to.
great soulful beats. It's awesome.
No, I definitely will. So we're gonna go out to Westminster here, your latest.
All right.
And then when we get back, I want to hear about this one too, because the idea behind the song itself seems to have a strong message. So I want to hear from your side. So
Yeah, sure thing.
You know, I look down and she on her knees. She look up and she see a G. They get to staring when I hit the scene. They say Big's no whack, I be like the fuck you mean? Hey, off the pills, walking around like I was in a dream. Hey, goddamn. You know, this be that parappa shit, you know? I'm like, oh that's right, I got the steez. They get to staring when I hit the scene. See? They say Big's no whack, I be like the fuck you mean? Hey, off the pills, walking around like I was in a dream. Hey, goddamn, little mama, she be riding me. Hey, I was a young prodigy. Back in the day, they called me Grimsby. I got poetic rhymes like the brothers Grimm, G. Pull out all the stops, this is our night. I'm alive and kicking, it brings a lot of rappers pride. Hey, I got the fly rhymes, I ain't even gotta try. Hey, she say she care about me, she got them Obama eyes. Hey, but he was a shitty president, so America died. Hey, the dementia's presidential, I'm just 45. Hey, they don't like that shit, telling me to fucking die. Hey, yeah, I ain't one of you guys, yo, what's wrong, you gonna cry? Hey, I'm not normal at all, people knew that from the jump. Hit a speed bump in a whip, and I'm going to the moon, yeah. They get to staring when I hit the scene. See? They say Big's no whack, I be like the fuck you mean? Hey, off the pills, walking around like I was in a dream. Hey, goddamn, little mama, she be riding me. Hey, they say I'm whack. Bro, you sounding incoherent, you wild, and speaking lies like Joe Biden. Fast rhymes like firewire, damn, I'm a tyrant. I took her out to my block like I'm Vaughn. Get it on, bang a gong like I was T-Rex. Out to Westminster next, for that nostalgic step. She a motherfucking bitch, but she give good sex. Turn it to the max level, I be getting them shekels. Damn, I'm so hot, I be speaking in treble. Could they fuck with me? Never. Now we in Westminster, floating through the void. I'm on top of the world, cloud 9, motherfucker. I'm here with my lady. She driving me crazy. I don't care what they think, got syrup in my drink. What you think about this day and age? Hate and rage in a brother head. Seen too many people dead, sometimes thought of suicide. Graves was in a brother eyes. Sinking head that's full of lies, can't begin to recognize all that I said when my mind was in a state. This rap shit like parappa, damn, I just gotta believe. You can see the most epic moment is forthcoming. Forerunner of the new generation of Peg, bitch. Yo, so it go. One time for the one time, yeah, you know. 2 times for my family, my friends. They held me down, family, friends. 3 times for the rap game, yo. Rap game. Listen. They get to staring when I hit the scene. See? They say Big's no whack, I be like the fuck you mean? Hey, off the pills, walking around like I was in a dream. Hey, goddamn, little mama, she be riding me. Hey, one more time. They get to staring when I hit the scene. See? They say Big's no whack, I be like the fuck you mean? Hey, off the pills, walking around like I was in a dream. Hey, goddamn, little mama, she be riding me. Hey, goddamn. Hey, yo, why the fuck are you still here, yo? But on the real, thanks for listening. Love y'all. Peace.
Wow.
all right. So Westminster. This song's been doing great too, and just
Oh
looking
yeah,
at
this
the
is
numbers. So
and doing massive numbers. This is the
yeah,
best opening week streams I've ever had. Previously beating All I Wanted Was a Hug, which is the previous song to that and the first single off my upcoming album, which I might get into a little more.
yeah.
So I guess Westminster. It is the exact opposite of All I Wanted Was a Hug. I've said on threads that that first song came together, it was written, done in about 15 minutes. Westminster took a few months. So it
Oh
was
wow.
about a lot of different things. They were written at the same time, written around the same time, summer, fall 2020. COVID was really just kicking off, and I believe the starting of Westminster came from like reflecting on, childhood nostalgia, wishing for like my old life back before any of the restrictions and masks and that. I had started thinking about the Westminster United Church in Winnipeg, where I spent a lot of my childhood in choir festivals and whatnot. So I had the chorus already kind of in my head before, and then I started, thinking about Westminster, making a few references to it, and then I threw in like my mind state at the time, how I was thinking about going through COVID, and then tossed in some political references, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's how Westminster came together.
Nice.
I'm very happy with how it turned out. I dropped a snippet of it beforehand when I hadn't remixed it. It was poorly received on threads. So I was worried about how it would turn out, but I remixed it and everybody seemed to take a liking to it.
Yeah,
So I'm
sometimes
glad
a
it worked
tiny
out.
bit of reworking will make a huge difference, and I
Seriously.
love how it sounds now. So I mean,
Thank you. Really
yeah.
appreciate that.
What are you like? What's coming up next for you? So obviously you have your album coming out.
Yeah. So yeah, the album's gonna be called #Epic Big Snow Moment. I've been working on it since 2019, selecting beats, writing lyrics. I started recording for it last summer. That's when I did the bulk of the recording. And it's going to be tied together by skits. And I
Nice.
think it's got a really great story. It's like teenage years, awkward teenager trying to navigate things. So I'm just bringing that voice in the rap, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. I've been sitting on this album for a long time. I've been sitting on these songs for a long time. I've been able to assemble some features for the album that I'm going to reveal now. Post War's coming back for the album,
Nice.
and then on threads I've got my boy, the one, the only Spectre Falling,
Fuck
and
yeah.
a fellow loudpacker, the man himself, Sweet Apple. So
Nice.
it's gonna be a stock lineup to say the least.
No, that's great. I can't wait to like hear the whole thing all together, and especially knowing that there's skits on it. Like that to me is one of those.
Yeah,
I love those.
yeah, skits are fun. I've built them into the end of the song, so you don't gotta go to a separate track just to listen to them. They're not super long anyway. They're like 30 seconds at the most.
Yeah, just something to kind
Yeah,
of tease you and like, give you a little bit of fun backstory ish.
exactly.
Yeah, no, I love
Fun
that.
backstory. I incorporated a lot of different stuff in those skits, so it's gonna it's gonna be good. Very
Uh,
excited for this.
yeah, no, that's gonna be fantastic. Um, that's mostly what we got here. Where can people find you?
So I'm on all streaming platforms as Big Snow. I believe it's the profile picture is me in this shirt at a
Nice.
performance with the microphone. And then on all social medias, my handle is at Big Snow Illest 98. And I'm most active on threads, but you can also find me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I guess it's called X now. And I
Yeah,
think that's all I can think of. So yeah, Big Snow Illest 98 is all my social medias. And then I'm on all platforms as Big Snow.
awesome. I'll make sure to put all the links to those in the description below so that people can easily find you.
Awesome. Thank you.
So thank you for being on this first podcast, man. I love
No
this.
problem. Thank you for setting this up. This is my first podcast appearance. I've been psyched about this all week.
Yeah, no, it's great, and I really am enjoying like being a part of what we got going on with the Loud Pack,
Yeah. Oh,
and
hell
I
yeah.
there's gonna be lots coming out from us, so it's gonna be great.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
And for all you who are watching this, This is the guy who made our little intro video.
Yeah, made the logo right at the start.
Yeah. So you're in this, man. It's all
Oh,
you
yeah.
too. So
Yeah, it's great
thank
to
you
be
again
part
for
of a
being
full-
on here.
Thank you for having me here. This has been very enjoyable.
And I'm sure we will talk to you again. Hopefully have you on as a co-host for some other interviews.
Oh yeah, I'd be down for that. All
Awesome. I will talk to you later.
right, great talking, man. Talk to you later, bro. Peace.
I can name my feel with
with emotion. Witchcraft proofs, the knife, the potion. Witchcraft, witchcraft, witchcraft. Witchcraft proofs, the knife, the potion. I can name my feeling, my feeling. I can name my feeling with emotion. You gotta be honest. You gotta be someone that you never be trying to keep up. That's another feast. Step for the more to the block. And the really hot slide to your face when you're obstinate, a little slide. Witchcraft proofs, the knife, the potion. I can name my fear with emotion. Witchcraft proofs, the knife, the potion. Dark shit, dark shit, dark shit, dark shit. But you ain't shit like me. I can hate from the side, but I'm not on your team. I can walk around untouched, phantom up, ghost up. Walk from the light just to tell my demons what's up. I cast and flows undone. I'm the princess of that dark shit that you're clicked by Antichrist. Come get you some spells I cast and flows undone.
Alright, guys, so I hope you enjoyed episode 1. We got plenty more coming up in the future. Let us know in the comments below what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want us to change, what you want to see. And we'll look into getting that for you. So thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And from the LoudPack, stay awesome and see ya.
I can't stop till my dreams are realized. I can see the doubt and the fear in your eyes. Lost in the battle to protect my peace. Making life harder when I'm looking for ease. I can't stop till my dreams are realized. I can see the doubt and the fear in your eyes. Lost in the battle to protect my peace. Making life harder when I'm looking for ease. I can't stop till my dreams are realized. I can see the doubt and the fear in your eyes. Lost in the battle to protect my peace. Making life harder when I'm looking for ease. I can't stop till my dreams are realized. I can see the doubt and the fear in your eyes. Lost in the battle to protect my peace. Making life harder when I'm looking